Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to draw this cute cat eating watermelon. Let's start. I'm going to draw this illustration on the square canvas from Procreate. Like always, I have prepared the color palette for you. You can download it, link will be in the description. Or you can take a screenshot now or from my Instagram stories and use it to sample the colors. First we are going to use this dark blue color, and this will be the color for the outline of the cat. Let's go to the brushes, and I will be using Monoline brush from Calligraphy. My outline size will be 16%. Because the cat will be mostly symmetrical, we can set the symmetrical line. Let's go here to the Actions menu, and then in the canvas we have to turn on Drawing Guide. Now let's go to Edit Drawing Guide, and here we're going to turn on Symmetry. And in the options, you should make sure that this is vertical. Okay, let's tap on Done, and we can start drawing our cat. Let's draw an arc like this. Hold your pencil on the screen to make it a perfect arc. And now we can draw the ears and the top of the head. As you can see, everything is being mirrored to the other side of the line. Now let's draw a belly like this. And now just a simple kind of circular shape like this for the legs, and arms like this. And a small arc for the bottom. Now let's draw a face. And let's draw a circle for the eyes. So I'm holding my pencil down on the screen for a moment. And now I have a perfect circle. I'm going to fill this shape inside. Now we are going to draw the cat's tail. And of course we don't want him to have two tails, so we have to turn off the symmetry. To do that we can just go to the layers and tap on this layer and turn off this drawing assist. Now we can draw the tail. We are going to start coloring this cat, so let's open the layers again and tap on the layer, and here pick reference. Now we're going to create a new layer and put it under that first layer, and now we can color it, dragging the colors in there. So my cat is white, so I'm going to pick this white color and just drag and drop it in there. In the layers you can see it's working. I colored only the cat inside. Let's drag this color also to the tail and to the legs. Okay, now we're going to create a new layer for some more details. Now let's tap on this layer and pick here Drawing Assist, so this layer will be using the symmetry. Let's go to the colors and pick this first pink color, and we are going to draw here a small triangle in the middle of the ear. Now we're going to draw two ovals for the cheeks. I'm holding my pencil down the screen for a second to make it the perfect oval, and now I'm going to color it inside. Now let's add some more details to the legs. And now, as a little cute detail, I like to add lines to the cheeks. So I'm going to pick this darker pink color. And I'm going to draw here lines, but I actually don't want them to be symmetrical. So I'm going to the layers, and I'm going to turn off the Drawing Assist for a moment. And now I can just draw lines like this. Okay, now I'm going to create a new layer to draw pink stripes on the cat. And I'm going to tap on it and set it to clipping mask. This way everything I will draw on this layer will be only visible on the area of the layer underneath it. And here I also want to use the Drawing Assist, at least for now. Let's go to the colors and pick the gray color. Let's change the brush size. Let's put it to the maximum, and let's draw some stripes on the head. One large stripe in the middle, and now one here on the side. To do the stripes on the tail, we have to turn off the Drawing Assist, and let's just draw them like this. Okay, the cat is ready. Now if you want, you can adjust the size and the placement of the cat. So let's open the layers, and we're going to swipe to the right on all of the layers, and we can use the arrow tool to scale it. Make sure you have the uniform option selected. And also let's turn on the magnetics. And now we can just move it vertically, so that the cat will still have the symmetry line in the middle. Okay, now we can draw the watermelon. So let's go to layers. First we're going to turn off the reference on that first layer. And now we can create a new layer above it. Let's change the color to this first red one. And let's change the brush size again to 16%. And the watermelon slice will be also symmetrical. So let's set this layer to the drawing assist. And now we can just draw a straight line like this, coming out of his mouth. Here at the top, let's draw a small arc. And now I'm going to change the color to this first dark green color and draw a bottom line like this. Now we're going to color it inside. So let's tap on this layer and set it to reference. Let's create a new layer and place it underneath that reference layer. Let's go to the colors and pick the second red color. We're going to drag it and drop it into the watermelon. Now we're going to draw the skin of the watermelon. So let's create a new layer and set it to clipping mask. And now let's pick the second green color. And with the brush a little bit bigger, we can draw a line like this. Now let's get another green color, next one in line, and draw a line on top of that green line. And one more green color. Let's draw one more line. And the last green color, this very light one. And let's draw a line here too. This is how it looks now. And as you can see, this watermelon is on top of the legs and hands, so we have to fix that. And to do that, first we're going to turn down the opacity of this layer. So let's tap here on this N letter. And here we can turn down the opacity, so we can see through it. Now we're going to tap on this layer and turn on the drawing assist. And we can use the eraser and erase that watermelon. Okay. Now we're going to do the same with the outline. So let's tap on the layer of the watermelon's outline and erase it where we don't need it. And for the mouthpiece, I'm going to show you here different method you can use. First we're going to tap on the watermelon's outline and we're going to turn off the reference. And now let's go to the outline of the cat. And here we're going to pick the selection tool, and with the automatic option selected at the bottom, we're going to tap on his mouth. Holding the pencil on the screen, let's swipe it to the right to make the selection threshold bigger. Also, you should make sure that the color fill option here is not turned on. And now we go to the layers, and we're going to tap on the layer of the watermelon's outline, and we want to cut it. So let's go to the actions menu. And here pick cut. Okay, so this is how you can do it also. Now we can change the opacity of the watermelon. So let's tap on this layer and put the opacity to the max. Let's draw some watermelon seeds. We can create a new layer for this. Let's tap on the watermelon color and let's create a new layer above it. Now let's pick the color. I'm going to use this dark blue color, and with the brush size maybe 9, I'm going to draw watermelon seeds like this. Okay, now we can draw the big watermelon. It will be under the cat, so we have to make a new layer that will be under the cat. Let's tap on that layer at the bottom and create a new layer above it. Now we have to move this layer underneath the cat. Let's change the color to this first green color, the darkest one. And we have to change the brush size to the 16%, the same as the other outline. Okay, let's draw an ellipse like this. So I'm holding my pencil on the screen for a second. And now here I can tap on Edit Shape and move it and adjust the points to make this ellipse the way I want it. Okay, I think this is good. For this watermelon, I don't want it to be symmetrical. So this is okay, it doesn't have to be precise. Let's tap with our finger on the screen to finish this. And now we can draw two arcs like this here on the sides. One here and one here. Now we're going to open the layers and set this layer to reference. Let's create a new layer and place it underneath it. And now we can color the inside. Let's take a color, the second green color, and move it here. To color it with red, we're going to make a new layer. So now let's take the red color, this lighter red color, and let's drag and drop it in there. Okay, now we're going to create a new layer above it. Let's set it to clipping mask. And now we're going to pick the new color, this third green color in the line. And let's make the brush bigger. Let's set it to maximum. And we can draw an ellipse inside that oval. Let's use the Edit Shape option and adjust it. Okay, now we're going to change the color, the next green color, and we're going to draw another ellipse, maybe with a smaller brush. And now the last green color, the lightest one, and again we're going to draw an ellipse. Now we can add some stripes to the watermelon skin. So let's tap on the watermelon skin color, so the bottom layer, and let's create a new layer above it, and let's set it to clipping mask. We still have that lightest green color selected, and we can just draw wavy shapes like this, just like a wavy line. Let's draw lines like this all over the watermelon. Okay, maybe now we can change the background color. So let's tap on this background color here. And let's pick this pink color. Okay, let's tap done. And now we can start drawing shadows and lights on our objects, so on the watermelon and on our cat. Let's start with the watermelon skin. So let's create a layer above that layer with the stripes on watermelon. And we're going to set it to clipping mask. And here we have to tap on this N letter. And we're going to change the blending mode to overlay. Now we have to use the dark color. We can use black, or we can actually just use our dark blue color. So let's do that. Now I'm going to change the brush size to the maximum. And I'm going to draw the shadows. As you can see, this is a little bit too dark, but that's okay, we are going to fix it in a moment. First, let's add some lights. So let's change the color. Let's take the white color here, and let's draw some lights. So the light will be on the other side, maybe here. Maybe let's draw here lines like this too. And now we can open the layers and tap on this O letter here. And we can change the opacity. We have to make it lower, maybe 35 or maybe 26. I think this looks nice. So now we're going to do the same for the other parts of our drawing. To add shadows and lights to the watermelon flesh, let's tap on that layer of the green ovals and let's create a new layer above it. We're going to change the blending mode to overlay again. Now we know the opacity we like, so let's set this opacity here also to 26%. And of course this layer has to be a clipping mask. And let's draw some lights. Okay, now let's change the color to the dark blue one and draw shadows. So we're going to have a shadow here and a shadow from the tail, and I think that's enough. Okay, now we can do the same for the watermelon slice that the cat is holding. So let's tap on the layer of the watermelon skin and create a new layer above it. Set the blending mode to overlay, the opacity to 26%, and tap on the layer and set it to clipping mask. Now we can draw the shadows here. And I'm going to turn down the size of the brush and draw shadows by each watermelon seed. Now let's take the white color and draw light on the other side. And we can make some lines here like this all over the watermelon. It will look more juicy. Okay, now we have to add the shadows and lights to the cat. So let's tap on the layer 3, the one that has ears and cheeks on, and we're going to set it to clipping mask. And now we can create a new layer above it. And here again, let's change the blending mode to overlay, opacity 26%, and this layer should be clipping mask. Let's draw light on the tip of the tail and on the head. And here, as you can see, you don't see any light on that white color, it's obvious. And also if you use the dark blue color for the shadows, it will not be visible. So here we have to change the method, and we're going to create a new layer, set it to clipping mask, and for the blending mode for shadows, we're going to use multiply. We can turn down the opacity to 26% too. And the color I'm going to use here actually, to make it more interesting, will be this dark green color. And now I can draw shadows. Let's draw a neck here, like this. And some shadow here behind the watermelon slice. And now I'm going to turn this layer into the drawing assist. So let's tap on it. And now I can draw the shadow symmetrically on the legs and under the arms. We can turn off that symmetry line. I don't like to see it. So let's go to the Actions menu, Canvas, and just turn off the drawing guide. The illustration is almost done. We're going to make the background more interesting. Let's add some gradient to it. So we have to make a new layer above it. So first we're going to tap on layer 10, the one at the bottom, and create a new layer above it and move it underneath it. And now let's tap on the end letter and change the blending mode to overlay. Let's change the color to the dark blue color, and here I'm going to use different brush. Let's go to the airbrushing and pick soft brush. Let's make the size bigger, something here in the middle, 20%, and we can add the gradient like this. Now I like to add some stars and dots to this kind of illustrations, so I'm going to create a new layer for this. And the color for them will be white color. And here I'm going to use my stamp brushes. If you're interested, you can check them out, the link will be in the description. But if you don't like them, you can just draw your own stars and dots. So first I'm going to pick this one, pointed star field, and I'm just going to stamp it. But first I'm going to move this layer all the way to the top. because I want some of the stars and dots to be visible on the cat too. Okay, let's take maybe this star and let's add some of them here. Now maybe let's add some dots. Okay, I like to add them in different sizes. Maybe a few of this kind of stars. And a few small crosses like this. And maybe a few more dots. Okay, and this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to show me your illustration, you can tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!